Hello, hello, hello. Hey
I'm here in the biggest
everyone.
trading.
Hello, hello, hello. As promised, I was live last night, and everybody, majority of you guys wants to know the details on the reopening of Thailand. So we are going to address that tonight. We are going to talk about that topic tonight, and we will be also answering questions, travel related questions and stuff, and that postponement of the International Tourism Summit that was supposed to happen in March, but that was postponed. So we'll wait on everybody to hop on and we'll get started. So let's do an audio check if our audio is okay. We have five right now, so we'll wait on others to hop on and see if we could increase more our viewers. It's going up. So hello, hello, hello. Hello, Jolene Stungol. Happy New Year. Hey, brother Jess. Buenas nachos. Steph Floor, hello. Big help ka lagi sa amin from Chicago. Maraming salamat. Kulit yabot. Hi there. Hey, John. Hey, Rose Pearl Court Perla de Guzman. So we will be discussing Thailand since it was brought up last night because I got a notification that Thailand is reopening their test and go quarantine free for fully vaccinated tourists. That will start on February 1. So I will be showing you guys the article on what's going to happen, and I will show you Thailand pass registration system for air travel only for non-Thai nationals. So they got plans over here that you can select. We will read each one of them, and I will read your comments. Chat. We are 33 now, so we will start. I will share you my screen. I'll be sharing you guys my screen. So Thailand's test and go registration reintroduced for February 1st. So this was a request last night if we could discuss this today. So here we are. This was actually suspended when Omicron entered into the picture, but now I guess Thailand decided that Omicron is not going to stop them from reopening. Here we are. Thailand is officially opening in February 1st. So Test and Go is back on, and vaccinated travelers will be able to register for almost quarantine free entry to Thailand restarting February 1st. There have been slight revisions to the rules. now requiring travelers to have proof of their hotel booking on the first and fifth day of their stay in Thailand when they will undergo RT-PCR test. In the original Test and Go program, travelers only had one test on arrival. So they will do the mm, swab test upon arrival, then swab test again on the fifth day. At their general meeting, chaired by Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, the Center of COVID Situation Administration agreed to reopen registration for the entry scheme. The measure needs to be published in the Royal Gazette to be made official. The Thailand Pass website probably won't be updated to accept new applications until the changes are announced in the Royal Gazette. This time, This time, the entry under Test and Go is open to travelers from all countries. Those who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 must pay for Thailand Pass QR code to enter the country at the Thailand Pass website. I will be showing you guys the Thailand Pass website after we have read this announcement. Travelers are required to take an RT-PCR test on arrival and stay at an approved hotel for up to a night while they wait for their test results to come back. So it sounds like the Philippines, but not really. The travelers will now need to book a stay at an approved hotel on their fifth day in Thailand for their second RT-PCR test. A spokesperson says travelers do not need to stay at the same hotel, adding that they can travel throughout Thailand in between their tests. So here are the requirements for the test and go. Proof of hotel booking for day 1 and day 5 in Thailand. Confirmed payment of the SHA plus approved hotel. Prepayment for the 2 RT-PCR tests. I wonder how much is that. Certificate of vaccination or vaccine passport. Proof of a negative result for an RT-PCR test issued no more than 72 hours before departure. So before you go to Thailand, you will have to show RT-PCR test, negative RT-PCR test. Then when you get to Thailand, it's swab test upon arrival, then another swab test on the fifth day. So it totals 3 swab tests when you visit Thailand on the reopening. Thailand Pass QR code. Click here. The Thailand Pass is free. Watch out for other sites seeking payment. Registration for the travel scheme had been closed last month following the first local transmission of the Omicron COVID-19 variant. Infections spiked after the New Year holiday, leading officials to temporarily tighten measures. A spokesman at the CCSA's press briefing says the decision to loosen measures and reopen Test and Go were under careful consideration, adding that the COVID-related fatality rate has been on decline. I wish the IATF would be like that too, no? So these are just so if you see the blue, this blue here, this blue uh draft over here is the open area in Thailand. So, what do you guys think of this? Like, Thailand is quick to reopen for fully vaccinated tourists. So, wherever country is at, I will be showing you guys their packages. They have packages. I will show it to you guys. Packages for their travel pass registration. Here it is. Here's their travel pass registration. This is for Thai pass registration system. For air travel only, non-Thai nationals, choose your plan that's right for you. This is the current plan for the test and go. So for the test and go conditions, Travelers from the departure in eligible country territory and have stayed in eligible countries territories for at least 21 days consecutive days. So the listing of these countries are here. I've looked for Philippines. Philippines is there. United States is there, and the rest. So it looks like all the countries are here. Australia, Canada, Austria. So I am going to be putting the link on this on our live tonight. So then exempted from quarantine after testing negative for COVID-19 RT-PCR test after arrival in Thailand. So it's like they do swab test upon arrival, but then you will be put in a hotel waiting for your result. Then when your result is negative, then you are free to go. Then you come back again for another swab test on the fifth day. Fully vaccinated against COVID-19 no less than 14 days before traveling. Booking one day on approved SHA Extra Plus or AQ Hotel. So they have approved listings of hotels down here. Obtain a negative COVID-19 test result issued within 72 hours before traveling. RT-PCR test result must be negative or not detected. If RT-PCR test result are positive or detected when medical certificate proof of COVID recovery at least 14 days, but less than 90 days from onset or first day of detection required. So for documents that you need, of course, passport, Thai visa if required. So I think Thailand is a visa upon arrival. Certificate of vaccination to those who went to Thailand. Are they, can you guys confirm this if they are visa upon arrival? Paid AQSHA extra plus hotel reservation confirmation for the duration of 1 day, including the fee for the RT-PCR test, then insurance with minimum coverage of 50,000 US dollars. So you can, like I said, I am going to leave this in the description box so you guys can check out which plan suits for you or which plan is right for you if you are one of those who are interested to visit Thailand. Skipping the Philippines for now because the Philippines is close to foreign tourists. Our borders is still closed for foreign tourists. So Thailand is your alternative. So let's read some comments and please let me know your thoughts, your opinions about this. Or are you guys going to fly your lady, your fiance? I know there's a lot of horror stories being offloaded, but like I said, I have uploaded a video on how to avoid being offloaded. So I think to avoid being offloaded, you have to show the immigration officer that you can do it, or like that one Filipina said, be confident, be smart answering, it's like don't get intimidated by the immigration officer, have the immigration officer intimidated by you. Hello, Addie. Happy New Year. Hello. Someone to, huh?
Let's be smart. Don't be a smart ass.
Yeah, it's like be smart. Don't be. It's like they said, don't be rude. Don't. Someone tell the Philippine IATF to quit belittle babies and open the borders to foreign travel. They want to get sued by their own citizens. I'll join that lawsuit. Nobody. Unfortunately, the Philippines is not like the United States. Even for a $5, I'm not trying to be ugly about it, but it's the reality in the States. Americans love to sue however they can, you know, sue and sue and sue and sue. Even if it's only worth $5, they will sue you. It's like over there, one wrong mistake, you get sued. So that's the nature in America, not in the Philippines though. It's like we don't practice that over here, unfortunately. Buenos nachos. Hey, Brother Jess. Hi, Tita. Big help ka lagi sa amin from Chicago. Maraming salamat. Kulit iabot. Hey, Steph. Hello. Hi po, pwede ba malaman kung pwede na ako kumuha ng transit visa? Transit visa para saan po? Hi there, hello. Good morning and good evening all. Hey John. Hello Ethan Squad. Hey Jeff. Hi ma'am, good day po. My son is 3 years and 4 months. Required po ba siya mag-swab test? Flight namin this January 30. I believe 3 years old ang exempted. Anong airline po kayo, Miss Bing? Magandang gabi and kumusta ka na? Salamat for all you do and your husband's good work. Thank you so much, Thomas. We're doing good. Good morning to you, Addie. Hey, Aaron. How are you? Thailand doing what? And the Philippines is doing what? Thailand is reopening. Philippines remains closed. To put that in perspective. Hello, Ma'am Eaton. Have you seen the article by Philippine News Agency entitled PH to allow entry of fully vaxxed foreigners starting February 16? Do you know what that means of this exactly? I have actually made a video on that. The article is kind of uh it's not misleading, it's not clickbait, but it's allowing foreign nationals, but they did not put the whole context of that article. It is only for allowed foreign nationals right now, meaning those who are permitted to enter the Philippines. Unfortunately, foreign tourists is not one of them. So foreign nationals, or maybe I should make a video on who are the foreign nationals who are allowed to enter the Philippines this time. So these are foreign nationals who are foreign spouses of Filipino national, foreign parent of a minor Filipino child with 13A SRRV. Nova, that's not including tourists. Yes, that's right. They're offloading a lot of Philippine. My girl is scared to try. The problem with that, the thing that I'm seeing why a lot of Filipinos are being offloaded, it is because they don't show enough proof that they have strong ties to the Philippines. Because over here, when you are trying to apply for a tourist visa, for example, you're trying to apply for a tourist visa going to the States, you really have to prove the U.S. embassy, the U.S. government, that you will be returning to your country, that you have a strong ties to your country, that you have to be back no matter what. And then having a being a tourist abroad, being a tourist in another country, it is safe to say that you have enough money or you can afford to go in this particular country because you're a tourist. And one thing that I also notice or gets disapproved or gets denied from boarding is that when when the immigration officer said, "How long are you going to be staying out?" they would say a month or 2 months. No tourists are staying out of the country that long. When you say tourist, maximum of 2 weeks vacation. You are vacationing. You are not actually staying in that particular country for good. So somebody is like, I forgot her YouTube account, but somebody actually discussed the mistake Filipinas do during interrogation. I would not say interrogation, but when they do their immigration process, they don't have enough proof that they have a strong ties in the Philippines, not enough money to show because the IOs are smart and that's their job, intimidating you. If you say I'm going out for 2 weeks and you're going out for 2 weeks and you only have that's red flag to them, especially if not mentioning that you are meeting with your boyfriend or your fiance. And if that case you guys are meeting, you also have to show proof of your relationship. The hardest one are those who did not meet in person first. So that's the problem with it. There's a lot of there's a lot of reasons why the IO denies a Filipina going out of abroad, because uh the human trafficking here is very rampant. They A lot of cases of that on a daily basis over here in the Philippines. That is why they got so strict when it comes to Filipinos going abroad. You really get screened, you really get grilled, especially if you are first timers. Thank you, Aaron. Wish the article was more explicit about that. I've already talked to several people who think it means full reopening. I vacationed in Bangkok, Thailand under this test and go program in November and December, and I plan to go back in Bangkok in December. Oh, that's good, Thomas. Do you have to apply for the visa ahead of time, or is it a visa upon arrival? Is Thailand visa free for Philippine passport? We have to ask Thomas on that. Thailand is more sensible about this. Omicron is cresting in many parts of the world. No need to be OA. Need full lockdown soon. But let's see if that's what Philippines continues to do. I have a feeling that the Philippines is going to be pressured, going to be pressured, that other Asian neighboring countries are reopening their tourism, and the Philippines is still be way behind about that. It's like you don't see any announcement, you don't see any proposal on when it's opening and stuff. But I have a feeling that the Philippines is going, particularly the Department of Tourism is going to be pushing for it. I was hopeful that the Philippines would open for fully vaccinated international tourists around April 1, but now I think it will be May because the International Tourism Summit is postponed. That is correct. Supposed to be the International Tourism Summit is going to happen in March. What?
What did I tell you earlier?
Yeah, I know. Will be in March, but now it's postponed on April the 20th until April the 22nd. Thomas smaller. Omicron will almost fully wane in 1 to 1.5 months in the Philippines. If another variant doesn't spring up, they should open well before April if they have their wits about them. True. Thailand open for tourists. Yep, that is our topic for tonight. Guys, simply lang. Thailand is not corrupt country. Lots of black. Philippine wala 2 years. True. Might change to find Thai wife. Oh my God, Kenzo. Hang on, guys. Somebody is calling. 1 second. Hello? we're not we're not doing that. Thailand is visa on arrival. I just vacation there in November and December. I got my RT-PCR test result back at the test and go hotel within about 8 hours of me checking into the hotel. That's really cool, Thomas. Thank you for that information. Thanks, Ma'am Ethan, regarding your answer about the PH New Agency article. Salamat. Welcome po. I think Philippines will never open for foreigners tourists. Keep waiting for the good news every day. I don't believe that the Philippines will not open for foreign tourists. They will eventually open for foreign tourists when we don't know. But I am very positive that the Philippines is going to open for foreign tourists this year. The thing that I am seeing them when it comes to reopening for foreign tourists is they're going to test the waters. They're not gonna let everybody in all at once. So it might be in batches, it might be in categories, so we don't know. But I could see the way the IATF works when it comes to protocols and guidelines. I actually see them doing that. Pwede na po ba mag-travel pa Thailand from here, Philippines? Pwede naman. There was no restriction on that. Oh my God. Mom, do you know anything about travel requirements in Thailand? Is there still quarantine for tourists? I just showed the requirements. The requirements is this one for the test and go. You need passport, Thai visa. Like they said, Thai visa is Thailand is visa upon arrival, certificate of vaccination, paid hotel, reservation for your, because you will be sent to the hotel after you get swab when you arrive while you wait for the result. Then you get swab again for on the fifth day, and insurance with minimum coverage of 50,000, which requires, it's like Thailand is requiring the insurance, but the Philippines is requiring that as well. Because if you are a tourist visa holder, the Philippines actually requires health and travel insurance that covers COVID 19 while you are out in the country. April Rose, I have noticed your message. You don't need to be sending a lot of messages on the chat box, and I have already addressed your inquiry about it. So please, no, you don't need to duplicate. You have a lot, it's like so we can cater others. You have a lot of duplicate message on the chat box. So the other thing that I was telling you, Thomas has already said about it, that the International Tourism Global Summit that's supposed to happen this March has been postponed. I was reading the article. Uh, I was reading the article about it. They did not say anything, but for sure, Omicron has something to do with it. I will pull up the, what do you call this? I will pull up the article and I will share it with you guys on WhatsApp. So, the World Travel and Tourism Council has announced that its 21st Global Summit will take place on April 20 to 22 in Manila. The travel event, originally slated in March, is expected to draw more than 600 tourism executives from across the world. It will be hosted in person with a global audience joining virtually. Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat said the summit would be a significant opportunity for the Philippines to showcase the preparations it has put in place for the country's eventual reopening to international visitors. Tourism has always provided us with endless opportunities. The reopening of our destinations and borders amid the pandemic is crucial to sustaining the livelihood of the millions who depend on travel and tourism. We are looking forward to being your gracious host in Manila as we navigate the next normal in the travel industry, she said. This is actually good. This is I actually look forward how this international tourism summit pans out on how it's gonna, because the Philippines is expecting a lot of delegation. It says 600 delegates coming from different parts of the world joining this international tourism summit. So I guess those are uh tourist personnel entering the Philippines. So that's one step that you can say that the Philippines is open for foreign tourists for that event, because they have to, because the Philippines is hosting. So, and I'm really hoping with that event it would be a positive decision for the Philippines reopening. WTTC President and CEO Julia Simpson said the event was rescheduled to a later date to allow more international participants to join in person. Oh, cool. As the countries around the world begin to unlock the door to travel, we have taken the decision to reschedule our global summit by a just few short weeks. This will enable more international participants to join us in Manila and help guide and lead the sector as we head towards economic recovery, she said. Our global summit is the most influential travel and tourism event in the calendar. We are also looking forward seeing our members, industry leaders, and key government representatives gather in Manila in April to continue our efforts in safely restoring international travel, she said. The WTTC Global Summit is the oh I already oh The 20th WTTC Global Summit was held in Cancun, Mexico last year, the world's first major in person gathering of travel and tourism leaders since the outbreak of the pandemic. So, for sure, these delegates or these participants don't have to go through quarantine because they're only going to be here for what, 2 days? So if they go for quarantine, the shortest quarantine is 5 days if coming from the yellow list. But if you're coming from the green list, no quarantine. So I don't think I think these participants for the Global Summit, International Tourism Summit will be exempted from quarantine. So there is just like it's a good and a bad way when you look at it. It's a bad way that they don't have to go through that high hassle. It's a good way that the Philippines is going to host this, and hopefully it has a positive impact or positive feedback and positive turnaround, like reopening of our borders. We don't know, but I will definitely keep you guys posted on that, on that event. Foreigners should consider meeting their Filipinos in Bangkok, Thailand, because the hotels are very cheap, food was very cheap, public transportation was cheap. Once you get there, your cost is minimal. Thomas, if you don't mind me asking, if it's your wife or your girlfriend, I assume girlfriend or fiance, did she had a hard time flying to Thailand when you guys met? Can you share a little bit of it? Good morning po. Hey, Mark Rios. Pag-aalis po, ma'am, papunta ng Thailand, need po ba insurance dito sa Philippines or Thailand insurance lang po? Required po ng Philippine government ang health and travel insurance kung ikaw ay tourist visa holder. This is great information, but I will wait till tourists reopen in the Philippines. It's like you can do that too. I meant once you get to Bangkok, Thailand, your overall cost is very cheap. I paid $15 to $20 per night for hotel stays. I rode taxis to the malls for $2, and my meal ranged from $1.30 to $15. That's not really bad, no? That's not. That's kind of like the Philippines also. Actually, cheaper than the Philippines. It's like I seldom see hotels over here for $20 a night. You know which one? Oh, the one we're staying at. That's
The one we're staying at, there's the ones that basically they rent by the hour.
oh okay. Oh my God, that's the rent by the hour, baby. That's short time. There's hotels over here like 200 pesos for 2 hours or 3 hours. They have that over here. I know some, especially those who are traveling. Like,
They've got them in the States too. They're called hooker hotels.
well, over here it's that's probably too, but sometimes over here that is what's just like what we do. Just go there, wash up. I was like, never mind. It's but yep, those are major events that's going to happen. Like I said, if you guys are interested to go to Thailand, they are back up open again on February 1st of 2022. That's in 10 days, I believe. No, 11 days. In 11 days, they are back in business, and like I said, the International Tourism Summit is postponed for April. So I just wanted to update you guys on that, and I hope that, like I said, I will leave all the link in the description box for the Thailand description box of this video. I will leave it all there so you guys can what do you call this? You guys can I'm actually doing that now. You guys can get started with it. I'm going to put their Thailand Pass website as well, so you guys can see that. That way you can post it there so you can start. So it's all in the description box of this video. That way you guys can check that out after. I have updated that already, and if you guys are planning on going to Thailand with your girl, this is the information for you. So that is our quick update for tonight, guys. If you still have other questions for me, we can still answer that. I can probably stay for another 20 minutes to cater your questions, related travel update questions or immigration questions. Thomas Smallwood, my fiance and I considered to meet in Thailand. Really want to know your whole experience there. Yes, Thomas, it's like, if you don't mind, if you have time to, maybe you can join our live, Thomas. I can share the link of our live, if you don't mind going up to the screen and sharing your experience in Thailand. How did your fiance or girlfriend, what did she do, or what's the process you guys went through, if that's okay. Hey Pablo, when Philippines will open for tourists? Uh no announcement to that yet. I have a question for you, po. But I would like to talk to you in private because I don't want to give out my information in public. Sure, Mark, you can message me in our Facebook page, or if you want to call over the phone, that's fine with me as well. And oh, Thomas, like, let me know, Thomas, if you want to come up on the screen and share your experience in Thailand. Would really appreciate that. But if you're fine with typing, that's fine also. So let's wait for Thomas. No pressure, Thomas. No pressure. Like, well, he experienced the test and go in Thailand last November, and they are resuming that test and go again next month. So now it's nice to talk to somebody that has an information on that, so in reference for others. So let's wait on Thomas if he's fine with it. It's the same handle, Mark. Still Eaton Squad. Thailand will open next month for tourists. Yep, that is what we are talking about. Boyfriend ko po mag-sponsor po sa akin. Paano po malaman pag tourist visa holder po? Wala po ako visa. Sorry po, hindi ko po alam. Dalhin niyo po yung mga requirements na binigay ng Thailand, kasi bibigyan po kayo ng visa pagkadating niyo po doon. Visa upon arrival po ang Thailand. Sorry, just got back, but how hard is to meet your Pinay in Thailand? Will she be offloaded easily? I think the offloading will really vary. The documentations that you guys have, the money that she will have, the pocket money, and it it's like, especially first timers, they get intimidated by the IOs at the airport. So you get grilled if it's your first time going out of the country. So okay, thank you. You're welcome, Mark. Hey, ma'am, I'm here in Kuwait and I'm a Filipina po. Wanted to meet me and my American fiance in Thailand. Do I need a CFO and COE? Uh, I don't think so. Because she's in Kuwait already. You're not in the Philippines. It's just the Philippines that's requiring the CFO and COE. You have to ask the Kuwaiti government if you need a COE That's a certificate of exit. If you need a COE when you leave Kuwait and go to Thailand, but the CFO, I don't think so because you're not coming from the Philippines. Anna, you will have a wonderful time in Bangkok, Thailand, because they have huge malls. Everyone wears their mask. I don't see any crime at all. I guess Thomas is not gonna go up to the screen. Mom, in your opinion, which is better when traveling to Thailand to meet boyfriend, declare your own financial cap, and let your boyfriend pay for everything so IO would see he can take care of you, not first time to meet. As a tourist visa holder, you cannot rely on somebody to pay for your trip because applying for a tourist visa, meaning you can afford to travel in a particular country, you have the money to travel in a particular country. So the IO is going to be asking you, I think at the back of the mind of the IOs, what if her boyfriend is not going to show up on this meeting? Is she going to be fine? Can she take good care of herself while she is in Thailand? Will she be able to financially support herself if in case her boyfriend doesn't show up? So if all those answers are yes, then I don't really see the IOs denying you from leaving the Philippines. Because that is what their main concern is. What if, especially for first time meeting, I'm not saying that your boyfriend is gonna ghost you, but immigration officer is going to see the worst case scenario.
What if your boyfriend got offloaded for some reason? Let's
Yes.
say he had a positive COVID test.
Yes. What are you going to do about it, you know? So what they're trying to get you prepared is, can you make it on your own if he's not able to come to Thailand? I hope that makes sense.
For heaven forbid, he was in an accident on the way to the airport.
You don't need to apply for the visa since Philippine passport holder allowed to stay in Thailand for 30 days. You only need visa if you are planning to stay more than 30 days. Oh, that's really a good information, Cecilia. Thank you for that. Just might be I needed an affidavit of support from one of our trip to Thailand. Tom, I some prepares for the affidavit of support. Just like that video that I did, they did not need it. They did not need the affidavit of support, but the boyfriend went ahead. The boyfriend went ahead and processed the affidavit of support. This is going to sound bad, but why meet your fiance in Thailand as a man? Just go by yourself. Sorry, why? You would enjoy more if your girlfriend is there.
Malcolm.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
There's a reason they call it Bangkok.
You're my god, rated PG. My show is rated PG. Come on, don't say that. COE certificate of entry sa Thailand just for 20 days. I don't think so kasi yun nga sabi ni sino yun, sabi ni Celia Chan, you don't need a visa in Thailand if you're staying there less than 30 days. Need po ba yung travel insurance for first timer? Yes. Even if you're not first timer, you have to have insurance. Here's a tip. If foreigners want to purchase a cheap ticket for a Filipina, look on Google Flights and you can see the cheapest days to fly from the Philippines to Thailand. I'm tired, Addie. Uh-oh. What happened, Vinsoy? So having money in her pocket helps, and how hard is it for US travelers to go there where so many transit countries are closed if traveling from LA? I'm not sure what's the route from the US to Thailand. Or do they have a direct flight, to be honest? I'm not sure. Forrest is gonna look into that, brother Jess. I will tell you that here shortly. Does it really need to show money or credit card are just fine? I will not rely on my fiance for my own expenses. You can also send them as like, because they will be asking financial statements from you. You have money on hand, that's good. You have money in the bank, prove it that you have money in the bank. If you have credit card, you have to show proof that you have all those, Anna. Polar Bear is the man. Yeah, you guys are the man. Vinsoy, any update on your situation? He said he's tired. I can already see what's going on. Message me, Vinsoy, if you need somebody to talk to. I'll let Polar Bear talk to you. Looks like a lot is interested in going to Thailand. It's a temporary setback, while the Philippines is still closed. This is your other options to really meet, you know. That's like if the expenses is going to be the same when you fly to the Philippines, or is it going to be a lot cheaper flying to Thailand? Then the father of Jackie don't know what's wrong with him. Just demolish the cooking area that uses firewood to prevent them from cooking. Why? Why is that? Message Vinsoy, you wanna, like, Polar Bear is online. You can talk to him while I'm on live. Good morning, family. Hey, Pops. Good morning. And then someone talk to, yeah. Message, Binsoy. I will give the phone to Forrest.
21 hours.
21 hours.
Direct
What's
flight from New York to.
Thailand? No layovers?
That's what it says. Oh, it says there are no direct flights from New York to Thailand. Popular non-direct routes for connections are New York JFK International Airport, Bangkok, Savani Airport, New York, or Newark Airport, Bangkok Savani Airport, and New York LaGuardia Airport to Bangkok. So they say there's no direct flights, but you're going from New York to Bangkok.
Oh, that's where you're landing, in Bangkok.
Right.
That's confusing. What if I only bring cash amount, no bank account? Let's say 60,000 pesos cash on hand for 20 days. Is that okay? Thanks. I can't really answer that for the IO. I would have, it's like, if you have nothing to show as backup documents that you've got money, you might get questioned, where did you get that money? You know what I'm saying? i'm not trying to I'm not trying to be ugly about it at L and E, but we are we are we are talking about worst case scenarios over here. Hello there, Vincent is chatting with me. Okay, he said he needs somebody to talk to, so that's good. So hindi naman po ako visa holder, still do I need to get insurance in the Philippines? Yes, because you will be under a tourist visa. Required po nila yon. Thanks po, you're welcome. What hotel is best recommended in Thailand, and should we meet in Phuket or Bangkok? You have to, on the link that I posted on this video, they actually have links to the hotel that you can stay. And Thomas is here to um Thomas went to Thailand last year on their test and go.
Round trip tickets from JFK to Bangkok are running right around 700.
New York to Thailand is 700 bucks. That's really cheap.
Well, the cheapest one is 668. There's an 820.
668. So it's under a grand.
There's 761, 761, 777.
Is Japan allowed transit from locks? Yes, they. I did not hear anything that Japan is banning transit passengers. Yes, I understand po. But I am coming from Kuwait, so maybe cash amount should be in a be questionable po. Just want to know. Yeah, it's like I don't know how the Kuwaiti government does their tourism visa, or for somebody that leaves Kuwait and you know, go to Thailand for that. So you have to find that out, Lynn. Because you are not coming from the Philippines, like I said, but you're coming from Kuwait. Good cheap flights from LA to Bangkok. The more in LA, probably in LA is a lot cheaper. So Philippines is going to miss out on so much money because everybody's going to Thailand, spend the money in Thailand. That's true. Yes, po. Thank you so much po, ma'am. You're very welcome. So 9 minutes, guys. 9 minutes to wrap this up. If you still have questions for me that we can answer, we can share to everybody, please uh comment. It was very cheap to stay in Bangkok, Thailand, and most hotels were similarly priced. You can transient through Tokyo, Japan. I had a layover in Tokyo, Japan. Yeah.
707
So miss Philippines. I know, Binsoy.
from 707 from LAX to Bangkok, and you have a 5 hour, 6 hour layover in Osaka, Japan.
Yeah. I send you some of my cold weather. No, thank you. I'm good.
Okay,
How can I now get into Philippines to get married there in this December? We don't know, Vinsoy. This is just January. There's still a lot of stuff to go through to December. So we don't know what's going to be the new guidelines for February 1st to 15th. That would be the next guidelines of the IATF. At April Rose, it is not Philippines require you have an insurance. It is actually one of the requirements if you want to travel to Thailand. You need to buy an insurance which covers up to 50,000. Oh, okay. Because also the Philippines requires travel and health insurance that will be checked at the immigration. But thank you for that, Cecilia. I think Cecilia went to Thailand also. I wish Cecilia could come up to the screen and share her experience in Thailand. Don't do it, Vincent. Marriage is for the birds. Who just mentioned that after the Omicron virus, there will be another virus coming in? Oh, I'm not going to be surprised if there's another variant coming out after
there's
this.
already two other variants out.
There's actually two already. Toot, toot, toot. So, like I said, guys, if you want the information on Thailand reopening, I have it posted in our live stream. It's in the description box of this video. So please feel free to visit. And I have posted there for Thailand info on reopening in Thailand pass website. So it's all there if you need it. If you guys plan on flying to Thailand, it's there. Oh. The insurance purchase for Thailand only cost me around 64 bucks for 50,000 policy for 30 days. Oh, that's not bad. That's not really bad. Thank you for that, Thomas. Thank you. You guys be very safe. You too, Floyd. I got a feeling will open in Philippines will open in June 2020. Yup. Live chat on Sunday. Yup. Sure. Sure will. Quick question upon arrival in Thailand. Can I wait for my wife at the airport so we both can quarantine or meet her at quarantine hotel? Please, those who went to Thailand, can we help Jay? Can we help Jay on his inquiry on how's this gonna work? It really depends how strict their airport is. You have to go through a process uh when you guys what do you call this? Get there. Yes, alam ko din po kasama na yun sa mga requirements ng Thailand insurance lang po at ang kukunin pero hindi na dito sa Pinas. I am thinking more like April 20th. Yeah, just like I said, the summit. If we get married in Thailand, can me and my fiance can travel together in the Philippines without him a visa? That could be tricky because you guys got married abroad and especially you guys got married online. So they might require the report of marriage. I don't know. I have not really heard uh a couple that went through that route. So please let me know how to do online wedding. Uh-oh. Vincent's gonna go for online wedding. Why? Don't do it, Vincent. Okay, join the club. I will also do it by December. Ah! Oh, if you guys do the online wedding, make sure to send me the link so we can join, okay? Just to be able to get my butt into the Philippines. Yep. When you arrive in Bangkok, Thailand airport, the hotel shuttle picks you up and take you to the hotel. The shuttle driver will take you to get swabbed at small hospital on your way to the hotel. Oh, he was asking Thomas if he could wait for his fiance so they can go together on quarantine. There's really no quarantine, I believe. Because you get swabbed on your arrival, you will just be put in a hotel while you are waiting for your quarantine. But when you get as soon as you get your result, and if it's negative, you can go. Slow down, Vincent. Yep. It's not quarantine free. It's quarantine on day 1 and day 5. Yep. Wait, if Vincent is in Singapore and not in the US, how can he marry? He can.
You can still utilize the online marriage even if you are in a foreign country.
Yes. So
It is a legal United States marriage done to the Utah courthouse that has no residency requirement for marriages. Therefore, your husband can be from Australia, you can be from the Philippines, and you can both show up online and get married through the Utah courthouse, and it's a legal and binding marriage.
The RT-PCR test result came back in about 8 hours, and you are free to go. That's cool. My fiance from New York already asked me about marrying him online, but I refused and said I am fed up kissing my phone. Both parties out of the US, yes. If you want to do it, brother Jess, let me know. I'll get you hooked up to this company and they will help you. This company is specializes online wedding outside the US. But still you are in the USA, so but the problem is he already filed for K1.
Right.
That will completely mess up his K1. Why don't you go for the SRRV? Amazing. Polar bear is the man. I haven't been to Thailand yet, but I'm planning to go there so I can got lots of information from other YouTuber. Like many other people waiting for Philippines to open for 2 years but wanna move on. Yep. Oh, you haven't been to Thailand. Why are you saying it's quarantine free travel when it is not?
Well,
That's their term. It's like it's not me that say. I'm just stating what the Thailand government website is saying. No, can't do it. I know you have pending K1. Ilang days po ba magpa-RT-PCR test kung for example March 1 ang flight? Minus 2 days plus 2 hours. Para 48 hours. Pero depende po yan, April Rose. Depende yan kung ano ang, depende na naman yan kung ano yung magiging guidelines by that time. You know, IATF has updates every 2 weeks. So, do you guys have any more questions to me? Any violent reaction and stuff that we can answer while I'm here? But if not, we can wrap this up. And thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for your uh questions. I hope I was able to answer. And thank you to those who have also given information during this live. I really appreciate it. That would help our fellow foreign nationals, fellow kababayan who are planning on going to Thailand to meet the love of their life. Thank you so much for those information posted in our chat. Like I said, I have posted the link to Thailand's test and go quarantine free. They said that will start on February 1st of 2022. So I have it on the screen. Wait, I'm gonna show you guys. See if I can pull this up. It's right here. It's right here. See, it's right here. I got it listed for you guys right there. So just check the description box of this video and you should be able to get those information that we talk about tonight. Thank you, Eton Squad. Thank you po. Lagi nakasubaybay. Thank you, Brother Jess. Thank you so much, Mom. More power. New to your channel. Already subscribe. Maraming salamat, Elaine. Thank you, Adin Forrest. Vinsoy, if you need to message. Okay? Let's get that out of your system of what you want to talk about so you don't explode, okay? So, like I said, if you guys need somebody to talk to, I was like, we have quite a bit of subscribers that calls us and just talk. We're free to talk. So, or at least my husband is free to talk when I'm editing a video. But if you guys want to call, message me on our Facebook. We can set up a call if you really need somebody to talk to. We are completely fine with it. You know, we are here for you guys. I think you mean get married in Thailand in person, right? I think after you get married, you need to report your marriage in the Philippine consulate there. Yes, that is true. You have to report your marriage where You have to report your marriage where you got married. It is quarantine free. You only at the hotel just to receive your RT-PCR swab test result, and you get a free meal while you wait. That is included in your test and go. Thomas, before we wrap this up, how much is the RT-PCR test? Is it? I know it's not free. How much is it? How much did you pay for the RT-PCR test? How much? How much? Salamat po to you and your husband if your lives in your for your live stream. Thank you, Ingat. You're very welcome, Thomas. Like I said, guys, thank you so much for joining in tonight. I hope to see you in our next live. I will probably go live again tomorrow to probably answer questions. And if in case there's a new update again, or you know, so yes, go through Utah Online. That's how I got married and already reported my marriage. Got my apostle and marriage certificate. It was easy. In Thailand at J. So like I said, guys, I will see you guys in our next double update. Stay safe, everyone. If you guys have urgency inquiries and stuff, you can direct message me in our Facebook page or Instagram, same handle, the Eaton Squad. I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. So thank you so much for joining tonight. I will see you next time. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.